my account on Uphold was also frozen on June 3rd last month. Yeah, so crypto exchanges freeze funds all the time. It's part uh, of the laws that they have to follow. They follow strict AML, anti-money laundering laws, and things like that. So having your funds frozen anywhere for 3 to 7 days is very common on most crypto exchanges: Coinbase, Kraken, Gemini, Crypto.com. All of them will hold your funds to some degree. Um, the most important thing is once your funds are available, you transfer them to a cold wallet. Now, if they're holding your funds for longer than, a 3 to, let's say, 9-day period, there might be something else going on. Uh, and if there's no date or ETA of when your funds would be available to access, that could potentially mean that you are being investigated by the exchange. And again, the exchanges have to follow these strict uh, AML laws. And if they file a suspicious activity report or a SAR, they are legally required to not disclose any of that information with the user. So if you are being investigated because you bought some sketchy cryptocurrency, or you're interacted with a wallet who maybe is a malicious wallet or something, and you don't even know this, you could be being investigated. Um, and you wouldn't even know it because they're not allowed to tell you. And basically your account wouldn't be unlocked until that investigation is over and you're cleared. But that's the thing with another thing with holding your crypto on exchanges is they do have to follow these strict rules, and a lot of people do interact with sketchy cryptocurrencies that might be going through some kind of investigation. And even if your wallet just interacted with that sketchy crypto or that sketchy project and your funds are on the crypto exchange, your entire account could be frozen just because you interacted with that sketchy platform. Even if you didn't do anything bad, like you had no idea, until their investigation is over, your funds could be frozen, your account could be frozen, and they are not allowed to tell you why or if you're even being investigated. Just another downside of keeping crypto on an exchange. Let's see. I believe there is a clause in Coinbase's terms and conditions stating that if they become bankrupt, you serve as the creditors to bail them out like a bank. Your funds would be frozen indefinitely. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I haven't confirmed that myself. Wouldn't be surprising, but I don't know for sure. I will say, like, even on Coinbase, it literally says, like, and they advertise, we hold your assets one to one, which is great. That means, they have the money or the crypto to back what you apparently own, but that's literally them telling you you don't actually own your crypto on a technical level. It says we, Coinbase, hold your crypto one to one. So when you keep your crypto on Coinbase and any other exchange, what you really have is a digital receipt. It's a digital IOU. We have this crypto when you're ready to sell it or transfer it. But until then, as long as it's on our platform, we, the exchange, are holding that for you. That is proof right there. It sounds good in the marketing, but that is proof that you don't actually hold your crypto when it's on an exchange. The only way to truly own and hold your crypto is by sending it to your own self custodial wallet, preferably a cold wallet so it's secure, and owning the keys. The only way to own your crypto on a technical level, I'm not talking on a legal level, on a technical level, is to own the keys to your crypto. And the only way you do that is through a self custodial wallet. D Tizzy says, okay, so basically people should put their crypto on a device like Tangent, not a place like Coinbase Wallet. Okay, so Coinbase, the exchange, and Coinbase Wallet are two completely separate things. Coinbase, the exchange, is a custodial wallet, meaning they own the keys to the crypto. Therefore, they actually own, control, and hold what is supposed to be your crypto. Coinbase Wallet is a self custodial hot wallet. Self custodial wallet, meaning you own the keys, therefore, you actually own the crypto, but it's a hot wallet. So those keys are stored in the software on your internet connected device and prone to all the threats of the internet. So those are two completely different types of wallets. One is custodial, you don't own your crypto. The other is self-custodial, you do own your crypto. Neither of those options are a good solution for securing your crypto. If you want to both own, control, and secure your crypto, you want a self-custodial hardware wallet. Hardware wallet being a physical device that actually stores your keys offline in a secure environment. That's the only place that I hold my crypto. That is, in my opinion, As retail investors, that is our best solution for holding, securing, and actually owning our crypto. This does not affect Croatians for now. Not directly, but again, this affects everyone. This is a this is insight to what where regulations are headed, and this is proof that regulations ultimately determine what users are able to do on crypto exchanges. If that doesn't scare you, it should, because it just proves you don't actually own or control that crypto. Again, Binance is the biggest crypto exchange in the world. Many people in the EU are not able to do anything with their crypto on Binance anymore because of this new MiCA law. The only thing they can do is sell their crypto and withdraw it. They can't buy crypto, they can't trade crypto, they can't stake crypto. You don't control that crypto. I don't know how else to say it. That's unacceptable. Let's see. Tangem is great. I like Tangem. Let's see. You're suspicious says goodbye, Binance in Europe. Maybe we'll see you again someday. Again, I don't think Binance is exiting the European market. That wouldn't make sense. They are the biggest crypto exchange in the world. However, they have not gained access to the new MiCA license. Therefore, um, they can't offer many other services. Burn to Ashes says, "Yep, already closed my account." That's another thing is it's a good idea to not only have one crypto exchange account, but to have multiple crypto exchange accounts in exact scenarios like this where regulations change and maybe the crypto exchange that you're using doesn't work or isn't available with the certain regulation because they aren't abiding by their rules. You need another crypto exchange. So it's a good idea to have multiple crypto exchange accounts. So you'd have one on Binance, you'd have one on Kraken, you'd have one on Gemini, one on crypto.com, one on Robinhood. Don't limit yourself to one crypto exchange. Open multiple accounts on different crypto exchanges so that you have different options. You don't want to be stuck in a situation where the exchange shuts down or like what happened with Coinbase a couple months ago is one of their servers or something overheated and a bunch of users were affected and weren't able to access their account. You don't want to be stuck in that situation. You want to be able to manage your crypto in different ways and on different platforms. And one easy way to do that is just by setting up multiple accounts on different crypto exchanges.